Hey, what's up, guys? I just wanted to share a small mod that I made today, a successful mod to this original Xbox controller. I replaced the thumbsticks. What I had on here, the original sticks, these were basically just disintegrating. I don't know if you can see. So I think there was sort of a sheen, like a clear layer on top of the plastic there. You can see it right there, that it just wearing off over time, and it just leaves a dust all over the controller and all over your hands while you're playing, and it turns your thumb black. That's not really cool. The other one, the right stick wasn't as badly worn, but I figured I ought to swap it as well, because if it wasn't already there, it was gonna start doing the same thing. So I'm sure I probably could have just bought like replacement sticks from the internet, but I have a ton of controllers I don't use just laying around, so I thought I'd just see if I could cannibalize something I already had. Upon opening the Xbox controller, you can see that the inside of the analog stick, it needs a pretty large space there. Also, it has a pretty high profile and a really big like dome. A lot of the newer analog sticks don't have that same type of shape. So I started looking through some of my other controllers here. I had this generic Wii one that where's the analog? So this is the analog from it. But yeah, it's a lower profile, a smaller dome, and then that didn't end up fitting because the hole inside was not big enough. So it's kind of like a crapshoot there. You can see how small. I almost feel like it's more common these days to see the smaller hole for these. But anyway, so I opened this one up, and of course these are like, I mean, look at, there's the way the buttons fall out of some of these controllers when you take them apart. It can be pretty annoying. That's one thing I will say about this Xbox controller. I'll show you too how to open it. That it actually stays together pretty easily and it doesn't fall apart. I was considering looking at maybe using this thumbstick, but I didn't. I thought I probably wanted to replace both anyway, and it's purple, so it was ugly and all that. So I ended up using this controller, which is what is this? This is just a generic PS3 and PC controller, TTX Tech. I'm not even sure where I got this, but I remember most of my emulation wouldn't recognize, it would either not recognize one of the directions or it would not recognize one of the buttons. So I haven't used this controller in forever. I have different controllers for PS3, so I haven't been using it. So it's pretty much just, it was useless to me. Anyhow, yeah, opening this one, you have weird stuff like these little spring, I don't know what you would call that, just a little tension spring that you need to make sure is realigned as you're reassembling it, which I'm not going to bother with right now. So yeah, all very annoying. However, with the Xbox, this is the controller S, it's much, much easier. So you have a total of 5 screws you have to undo. And then all you have to do, you pretty much always want to hold your controllers this way when you're opening them anyway, because so the buttons and everything can lay inside. But you'll notice here, the only anything that's like free floating is the rumble motors. Everything else is really nicely attached. Check this out. You can grab the memory card port and just lift, roll like straight up, and bam, comes right out. I love that. These triggers are all just fully self-contained, really well made. This is a really well made controller. I mean, I just never realized it because I never owned an original Xbox back when it came out, and I never opened one up, obviously. But yeah, it really pretty much wants to stay together and everything. So that's preferable. Yeah, and then, you know, replacing the analog sticks is just as easy as pulling them off. But you can see there that this one fit the size correctly. So yeah, I mean, these probably won't. These would probably start disintegrating after a decade or so as well. But for now, until I buy a replacement controller or maybe some type of quality third-party product, this will be fine. So yeah, and then you just have to, when you're reassembling it, you gotta slide. Or first you actually, I don't know, I'm gonna put the rumble motors in place here. Oh, come on. Actually, yeah, I do wanna slide this bit in first. But I love how the buttons don't fall out. You know, this thing's got enough buttons on it and nothing's falling out of it. It's really durable, and I dig it. I dig this controller. It's actually very comfortable as well. I'm really developing an appreciation for the Xbox after spending some time playing Halo 2 and Panzer Dragoon Orta. Yeah, definitely enjoying it. Oh gosh, come on. So the pads on those analogs are slightly bigger, so I gotta be careful. There we go. Come on, guys. In all the way. Alright. Get these motors back into place. Also, I mean, I thought it was kind of interesting how there's a large motor and a small motor. But yeah, this is, it has struck me that the Xbox controllers are pretty dang good. So there we go, and just sliding this piece back on here and snapping everything to place, and it'll be real easy to just throw those screws in there, back in there. Unfortunately, I have defaced my serial number sticker. Oh no, so sad. But anyways, it looks pretty sleek, actually. I like how it looks. It feels good. These are grabby little pads. If anything, the cheap part I wouldn't want to use would be the actual analog switch from inside the controller, but there's no problem using the pads. Pads will be fine. So yeah, and I already actually tested the controller prior to this video as well to just confirm that I would have my full range of motion with the analog sticks, you know, in all directions, and that is looking good. So there we go, another controller salvage successful. And yeah, if you guys ever have worn out analogs, check out some of the other controllers you have. You might have a replacement just sitting around waiting to be used. So hopefully this video was helpful or entertaining. And if you like this, maybe consider checking out one of my other videos. Maybe subscribe. Until next time, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys later.